or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sean and I'm back for another video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a letter that was sent to me from one of you in just a minute, but before I do, I want to remind you guys to check out my books in case you're brand new to my channel. I've written 3. The first one is called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book is called Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart, and my third book is called Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. All 3 of my books are available on Amazon.com, Kindle, and BarnesandNoble.com. I'll be sure to link where you can purchase each and every one of them below in the description box. If you're brand new to my channel and you like motivational content, advice videos, things like that, you'll definitely like it here, so go ahead and subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, become a part of the notification gang by tapping that little bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you'll never miss an upload from your girl. And if you're gonna be in the Atlanta area on June 30th, I'm having a single in the city brunch. It's going to be amazing. Chicken and waffles, jerk chicken and waffles, excuse me. Yes, girl, I've been keeping the menu a secret, but when I tell you it is going to be lit, it's going to be amazing. Shout out to all of the ladies who have already bought their ticket. Be sure to click the link in the description box if you want to get your ticket or for more information about what your ticket includes. But yes, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today's video, let's go get 'em. First, I want to say hi, and I watch your channel on relationship advice, and I love it, especially because you give godly advice. So let me start off by saying I've been married for 11 years. We've been married since I was 18 and he was 20, and we've been together for 12 years, and we share 3 daughters, 10, 7, and 8 months. Last year, me and my daughters moved back to my hometown because my husband requested space. He's in the military, so I was like, okay, this was last year on his active duty order, so I assumed I would be getting everything settled, so when he comes home, everything would be up and running smoothly. Also, my mom was sick, so it was a really convenient time. Recently, I found out through the mistress messaging me through social media that her and my husband have been having an affair, and she's pregnant with his son. This is the same woman he told me was just his friend. I also found out by a family friend that he brought the mistress to meet the family at our wedding anniversary, and he met her family as well. No later than a week, I was subpoenaed in front of my children for a divorce he had filed. He won't speak to me, be around me, or even look at me. All I asked for was a family meeting so that we could tell our children, but he refused. His family has been harassing me and coming to my house unannounced because he sends them over to give the kids gifts. He won't even send gifts to our children to my place. He sends them to his parents' house. March 11th, she gave birth to their son, and he gave the baby his entire name. Mind you, we are still married, and now he's living with her. I'm emailing you because I'm trying to move forward, but it's hard because he's the only man I've ever been with physically and emotionally in my 30 years on this earth. So I loved him, and I still love him deeply because love like this doesn't just go away overnight. God says to have the agape love for my husband and wife and love like you love the church. Every night I go to sleep and all I think about is him, and I'm starting to get frustrated because I don't want to dream about him every night when I go to sleep. I just want some advice on how to move forward knowing I won't get an apology or any closure from my husband. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do your particular letter is because I just posted a meme on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago that said closure is a scam, don't call, don't text, just move on. And one of the reasons is because you really have to consider who it is that you want the closure from. I think oftentimes people use the excuse of wanting closure to keep them from moving on. But he's already moved on, so you have to. I know you said that you go to sleep every night and you dream about him. I need you to stop idealizing him and stop fantasizing about the man that he once was and realize this is somebody who's not only neglecting you but also neglected your children. He doesn't even have enough common decency to want to sit down with you as adults and tell your children, his children, why you guys are getting divorced or that you guys are getting divorced, knowing that this could scar his children. He legitimately dropped you and your kids. I don't know how you can still dream about that. How you can still see him in this beautiful light that you have him in when he has done your children this way. Whether you believe in God or karma, you can't put this kind of dirt out and not think that you're going to get this back. It may seem like they're winning, and that's one of the reasons why I want to do your letter as well, because a lot of times when somebody does you wrong, it always seems like they're winning in the beginning. It always seems like even though they hurt you, even though they didn't do things the right way, that they're still being blessed. They're not going to be blessed. They're not. How could God bless? This man went on and moved in with this other woman, had a baby on you, gave the child his entire name, even while he is still your husband, had a junior on you. Like, I don't, honestly, I feel like You need to pray that God will take whatever feelings, whatever love that you have away, and that God will kind of let you see what he really is. I don't think that he just met this woman. I think they've been having an affair for a long time. Also, as somebody who was in the military, I served in the United States Army for 3 years. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people in the military who cheat. When you're separated, that one thing they call TDY, temporary divorce for a year, because they think when they go off and their wife is not there, as long as they're coming back to their wife, they can do anything that they want. I can't tell you how many times I myself, as a single soldier in the military, was hit on and pursued vigorously by married men. That's what they do. Not all military men, I want to make that clear, but I'm also telling you from my own personal experience, I've seen a lot of men in the military feel like out of sight, out of mind, or I still love my wife, but she's not here right now. If you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with. And so they pursue these women and then go home to their wives, because they're separated for so long and they need affection, and the military life is not for every couple. It takes a very strong man, a very strong woman to be separated from their spouse and still keep their vows intact. And I feel like he wasn't that. I don't know if he had always been treating you like this and these are things that you overlooked until the point where it was impossible to ignore, or if he really just met someone and decided to make this decision. Either way, if the man asks you for a divorce, give it to him. Give it to him and be free. Because just like how he dropped you and the other woman, first of all, the fact that the other woman was the one who told you, the man that you're married to, the man that you've been sharing your life, your heart, your bed, your family with, didn't even have the guts and the decency to tell you himself, all of these things are reason not to paint him in this light that you have. You're painting him with the wrong brush. You have this man sound like he's amazing and you miss him. Miss what? Miss the cheating? Miss the lies? Miss the neglect, the abandonment? I'm not saying any of this to be harsh. I'm trying to shake those rose-colored glasses off of you. This man is far from amazing. Because Lord knows how long the two of them have been cavorting around. Lord knows how long he's been stepping out on you. He needed space. He didn't need space. He knew he wanted to move on then. He wanted to get you used to going on, go be with your mother, go ahead, because he knew he was going to leave you. I can imagine, spending the majority of my adulthood, your entire adulthood, you said you guys met when you were like 18, your entire adulthood with someone. Them being all you know, physically, emotionally, mentally, and having them just drop you but that happens sometimes. I told you guys about this before. Some men are so cold, they can forget your mother ever had you. They can move on like this. That's why it always pains me when I see women in relationships holding on to men who have been dogging them out and mistreating them, because if he found somebody else, he would drop you like this. That was advice given to me from my own father. When I was holding on to a guy who wasn't who I wanted. My father was like, if he found somebody else, he would drop you in a minute. Examples like this really confirm what my daddy told me. Men can turn off so quick. But us women, we're always trying to hold on. I get so many letters, I don't love him, but I'm still here. Or he's not my type, but I'm still here. Or and I'm like, why are we holding on to these relationships and holding on to these men? If he found better, he would leave you. I'm not saying that to give married people an excuse to give up on their marriage. That's not what I'm saying. So please don't misquote me and don't misunderstand what I'm saying. When you are just dating and somebody isn't what you want, you don't have to stay with them. I was engaged to a man before my husband, and one of the best decisions that I ever made was to break up with him. And I knew he wasn't the one for me, but he kept making me feel like I was all he had. He didn't have a mother, he didn't have a father, he didn't have many friends, and he kept making me feel guilty, like if you leave me, I'll have no one. But I realized after taking a step back from that if that wasn't love, that was pity. And that's another reason why I want to do this letter. How many of you are in relationships with men that you don't love as much as you feel sorry for? That's not a reason to stay in a relationship. Pity, feeling sorry for someone, feeling like you're all they have is not a reason to stay with someone. You could be there as a support for them, but you don't have to stay with them if that's not what you want. Like I said, I'm not talking to married individuals. I'm talking to my single ladies out there in relationships that are not fulfilling them because you're afraid to let him go. Sometimes you have to let go of good so that you can make room for better. This man, as soon as I let go of my ex, as God is my witness, I met my husband 2 weeks later. But if I had still been with my ex, I feel like I would have missed the opportunity. Sometimes you have to let go of good to make room for better. If he's not what you want and you're single and you're just dating, why are you settling? But for the case of this particular strawberry letter, that man has already moved on. You have no choice but to move on. Ask God to give you strength to do so. Your children, especially you say you have daughters, you have 3 daughters, they're all looking at you and expecting you to be the example. You need to show them that you could be strong after a man has left you. Your husband is handling all of this the wrong way. He is extremely selfish. He wants what he wants when he wants it. He doesn't care who he has to destroy in order to get it. He doesn't care that it's hurting your daughters. He doesn't care that it's hurting you. And his family is complicit in this. The fact that he brought the nerve, the gall, and the audacity of this man to bring his mistress that he told you was just his friend to your anniversary celebration to meet his family, and they all knew what she was to him and allowed him to do that, they all are in on it. They're all going to have to answer for what they did. Any family that would turn a blind eye to a married man sleeping with the mistress, having a baby with the mistress, leaving his wife and go be with her, and then they're right there being the go-between, passing along gifts from him to there. He's trying to buy your children's affection with gifts. I would tell him, don't you send those kids one more thing. Don't you send them anything unless you come over here and give it to them yourself. Don't let him buy your kid, try to bribe them. He's trying to bribe them with these gifts. I would say, don't you send anything else. I'm not passing along any messages. I'm not passing along any gifts. If you want to communicate with them, you come over here and you do it yourself. I don't want you back. This isn't my attempt to try to get you back. I'm fine if you don't want to talk about it. That's fine. But you're not going to neglect my children. This isn't about you not being able to sleep without dreaming about him and you feeling hurt and being betrayed and you needing closure. This is about your children as well. About, especially with you having daughters, with them, you don't want them to start to build an unhealthy attachment to men who abandon them. I can't tell you how many women I coach who reach out for relationships with men looking for a father, looking for the love their father never gave them. If I were you, I would take this opportunity to have a positive role model in my kid's life. If their father doesn't want to be in their life, that's fine. But if you have a brother, if they have an uncle, a cousin, if your father, some male figure to be in their life to show them that they're still loved, because you have a duty to these daughters to make sure that they're not scarred and that they're not left with a void in them that only a bad boy or a no good man can fill. I've seen it too many times. Daddy issues could lead to women picking out bad mates and bad partners in relationships. I would stop idealizing him and painting him with this brush, this amazing man. All the stuff that he has done, I would pray that God would take all the love away and give me a strength like I'd never known before. Give me courage. Give me what to say and how to say it to my daughters where I can help them to heal from this. I would find them a role model in our family, not his family, a role model in my family who they can count on, who they can rely on, who they can trust, and make sure that they're there for them so they can see that the love doesn't cut off because daddy moved out, that they still get that male figure love in their lives. But I'm definitely praying for you that God will give you the strength to be the kind of mother that you know that you could be, a strong and determined one, a resilient one. Don't let this break you and don't let this make you bitter. Find what you can learn from it. You're still young. You're 30 years old. There's still so much life ahead of you. Don't call it. It's too soon to call it. It's too soon to say that it's over for you when you're only 30 years old. It's an insult to God to say that your purpose for me is over. Because of him, he who has begun a good work in you will finish it. God still has plans for your life. Not everything in life for a woman is about a marriage, is about a man. And I'm not saying that to belittle the union of marriage, but God didn't create us women just to be somebody's wife. There's more life for you to live. There's more purpose for you to walk in. There's so much more for you to do. So don't get discouraged because he walked out. You have to sort of deal with him as he is now, not how you wish he was or how he used to be. You know that you're truly healed from a relationship where you can wish the other person well. I would pray, Lord, help me to get to the point where I can wish him and her and their baby well. I know it's hard. It is the toughest pill to swallow, but that's how you know you're truly healed. For you and anyone out there who's getting over an ex, you know you're truly over an ex when you wish them well. I actually posted on my Instagram the other day, what does your ex have to say that would make you to go back to them? And there were so many women in the comment section that were like, die. I would tell him to die. I'm like, man, that's harsh. I don't know if you just broke up with him or not, but you clearly, none of these people in the comment section were not over their exes. And there's so many other ones who were like, I would wish him well. I would tell him, thank God that you left me because I moved on. You could tell the difference. I want you to get to the point where you don't want him anymore, where you're not imagining that he's better than he really is anymore, and that you can wish him well. God's going to take care of it. Don't worry about the fact that it looks like he's winning now. He can't win in the long run with how he did you. You can't win when you're dirty. Okay? That's pretty much it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to thumbs up if you did. Also, if you want to further support the movement, consider purchasing one of my books. I've written 3. The first one is The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book is Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book is Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. All 3 of my books are on Amazon.com, Kindle, and BarnesandNoble.com. I will link each of my books below so you guys can check it out. And if you're going to be in the Atlanta area, consider coming to my Single in the City brunch on June 30th. Only a little bit of time and space available, so if you want to get your tickets, go ahead and do so before the event is completely sold out. I will link where you can get your tickets below. Also the announcement video so you guys can find out more about what we're doing at the brunch and all of that. And that's pretty much it. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.